Hell yeah, Beastman. Beastman chant. So, here we have it. The second semifinal. Now this one is at 0-0, and it is between Hadres and ChosenOne. Now starting with ChosenOne, our blue player, he will be bringing the Beastman. Starting with the infantry. Ungor Spearman Herd. Looks like 2 with shields. Make that 3 with shields. And 1 without. We have 2 Ungor Herd. We have some Gore Herd with shields. Looks like 2 Raiders. Yep, there they are. Aside from that, we're going to have a healthy number of Chaos Spawn, 2. And then we're also going to have 3 Razor Gore Chariots. Chaos Warhounds with, just regular Chaos Warhounds on the right flank. And the left flank with some Centigores accompanying each of them as well. Yeah, here's the second Centigore. And then I think we just have the leadership to go over. So let's take a look here at a Bray Shaman of Beast riding a chariot into battle. I'm going to be seeing Manticore Summon, Flock of Doom on top of him. Got the Jagged Dagger and Wildheart also. Now, over here, we have the one, the only, Morgor the Shadowglaive. Morgor is going to be bringing Stave of Ruinous Corruption, Spirit Essence of Chaos. That will be it, so both of those summons going to be here. On to our red player in the Skaven, being led by Hadres. Hadres is going to have the Council Guard, Stormvermin with Halberds. We got ourselves some Clan Rat Spears here. We're going to have 3 Skaven Slave Slingers. Then we're going to have 3 Skaven Slave Spears, 2 Skaven Slaves. Make that 5 Skaven Slaves, by the way. Now, other than that, we are going to have the Ikit along with Warp Grinders. And now we get into the fun things. Got a Doom Wheel. Yes, yes! Over here. Other than that, we are going to be seeing a Plague Priest on top of a Plague Furnace. On top of him, he's going to have Pestilent Birth, Vermintide, and the Bound Pestilent Breath. And then we're also going to have Lord Skrolk, Liber Babonicus, Rod of Corruption, Stand Your Ground, along with Pestilent Aura, or Aura of Pestilence. That was close. And then, last but never least, we have a Hellpit Abomination who just disappeared. Oh, we also have some Poison Wind Globadiers. And like I said earlier, that Hellpit Abomination who is sitting here looking pretty. Alacrity, you know, he said he'd be here for the other semifinal. I haven't seen him get online yet, but I'm imagining he'll be here for the next round or the finals.
Glorious warfare!
Warp Lightning Cannons immediately targeting the Chaos Spawn. Doomwheel coming out to play. Looks like the Beastman might be trying to get a cheeky charge on it. They got to be careful though. If Terror kicks in and they're this far away, they're going to be right on the edge of the map. However, if they can successfully block out the Skaven infantry from diving into support, then they very may well be able to win this combat. But got to be careful. Terror Route could kick in, and it looks like they're doing that, and now they're pulling out. But look, there goes a Terror Route. Warhound's in a precarious position. It looks like they're running in a good direction, though, to hopefully recover and not go off the map. So time will tell if that Doom Wheel has overextended or not. But right now, the rest of the Beastmen are diving into combat, and it does, in my opinion, look like this Skaven force is a little bit out too far ahead, especially if the infantry starts to rout. But Pestilent Birth going down, and that's going to bring in the Plague Monks, and that's going to really turn the tide of battle in the Skaven favor as Terror kicks in. And looks like the Skaven are actually going to win that combat in the end, so very nice play there in the early game. Over here, you can see the Manticore summon coming in. Beastmen pushing hard on their left flank into the Skaven right flank. Help at Abomination doing nice work on top of the Chaos Spawn, but the Ungor Raiders are here in the back lines to provide that covering fire. Morgor now feeling confident enough to get into combat, and it looks like this just fist of Chaos Mutations and Ungor Spearmen are going to be pouring through into the center of the Skaven formation. Now Council Guard look like they won their engagement, but now they're going to have to turn around to fight all these Beastmen who just found their way into the juicy center of the Skaven lines. Back here in the back line, Centaur is doing some harassing as well. Looks like they're getting down on top of Vikings as a zap. Feral Manticore going down on top of the Hell Pit Abomination. A Flock of Doom coming down here as well. Catching quite a lot of key units in it. Skaven still have the balance of power, and it looks like the Doom Wheel is now going to get a beautiful charge right into these bunched up units of Ungor Raiders. Alright, Beastmen finally getting some good routes over here. Can they keep the pressure up or not? Bray Shaman of Beast taking a ton of damage from the Warp Lightning Cannon. Warp Quake going down here, along with the Seismic Snare. I do want to point out that I believe this is a no new DLC Skaven army. And just to show that Skaven have always had a chance to win this matchup. Because right now it does look like the Skaven are getting stronger and stronger, while the Beastmen are kind of approaching that point in the game where if they don't get the ball rolling soon and get this whole army routed off the map, they're going to start getting worn down by terror routes. Ungor Raiders still healthy though. We have this unit here. Another unit of them, where are they? Ah, here they are. Doomwheel looks like they were chasing them for a while. Terror kicking in as the Hell Pit Abomination comes knocking. Morgor the Shadow Gave starting to take some serious damage from Skrulk. Now Doomwheel is hitting him in the rear. Alright, Ikit's Zap has been routed. Razor Gore Herd and Morgor going after this Doomwheel, but Doomwheel's going to run over Morgor, no problem. Is that a Chaos Spawn summon? Does he still have his Chaos Spawn summon? It looks like these summons are getting canceled when he gets knocked down. So that's actually pretty crazy. If he has another Chaos Spawn summon, that could be a big deal. Yep, there it is. Another Chaos Spawn summon. Will it be enough to make a difference? Skaven Slave Slingers continuing to fire away. Ungor Spearmen routing pretty much as soon as they got into combat. Really nothing to deal with the Doomwheel or the Hell Pit Abomination anymore. Just looks like the Ungor Raiders are too tattered. There it is. Skaven victory. over the Beastmen in round 1. Hadres going up 1-0 against ODM ChosenOne. Hey, Undead Blank, thank you for the follow. Yeah, the engagement in the flank that led to him doing an attack from the back. No doubt. No matter how long it is, one of the core concepts of warfare is just try to turn your enemy's flank. Hit him in the 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 flank. Tried and true. Never fails. I like both players' armies, for the record. I do think... I don't know. I mean, I like the initial play with the Doom Wheel from the Beastmen's, like with the Beastmen trying to snipe it out. But clearly, I think our Skaven player here, Hadres, was kind of baiting the Beastmen into a bad engagement, even though it looked like a good engagement to me at first. But with the summons from the Plague Monk nearby, it really did turn out pretty poorly for the Beastmen in that engagement. Alright, alright, alright. Ramen, you there? Huh?
Yep, I'm here.
Sweet. Alright, Viking. I'm unmuted now. And my friend, rats or elves? And none of this I started on this side crap, because you always start on the blue side.
Well, I forget which side either player's on, but I'll go with rats.
Alright.
You know I want the ratty boys, so no.
There we go.
You know how it worked out, though.
There it is. They're on our side. Alright, my friend, take it away.
Now, with every Skaven army, it is inevitable you'll have a lot of rats. And this is no exception here. We have plenty of Skaven slaves, looks to be the typical max out of 5 Skaven slaves, and filling out the rest with, oh no, these will be clan rat spears for a little bit of extra holding power. Just 2 clan rat spears, 1 standard clan rat being the ROR, the clan Vulcan tail slashers, clan rat with shield. And to back it up, we also have the Council Guard, the ROR Storm Vermin, the Albino Guard in lore, and just a very powerful unit to anchor any Skaven build. Now for the skirmish potential, we have 2 Gut Runners, 1 with poison, 1 standard. They're up front, ahead of the army, and to back it up, we have 1 Poison Wind Mortar and a Warp Lightning Cannon. That makes up the skirmish potential for this build. Now the heavy hitters in the leadership, we have 1 Rat Ogre and 1 Wolf Rat with poison. Interesting. They're on either flank to guard any against any mobility. And we do have, of course, the glorious, the beautiful Hell Pit Abomination. And for the leadership, it looks to be quite standard. A single assassin. He has the Rival High Talisman and the Assassin's Trophy. And we have Scrolky Boy. And he comes with a standard kit, the Dual Summon, the Rod of Corruption, and the Liber One-Shoticus, or also known as Liber Bubonicus. And that rounds out the Skaven build. What has the Wood Elf brought to deal with this ratly threat, my son?
A wonderful question, Romulan, and looks like we have some Vanguard action.
Vangors? Where?
Vangors.
I need them.
5 Dryads up front. We're also going to have 2 Glade Riders with spears. And the Lost Sylvan Knights is who they will be accompanying on that left flank for the skirmish potential. We're going to have 3 units of Deep Wood Scouts in the back line. We're also going to have a single Waystalker. He is going to be bringing the Arrow of Kurnos and the Eye of Kurnos. And we're also going to be seeing, guess what? Ariel once again. Ariel's going to have Berry Wine. I always forget the name of this thing. Acorns of the Oak of Ages. Soul Stealer, Apotheosis, and Greater Arcane Conduit. Little known fact, Willow actually was given acorns from the Oak of Ages. So, for the last but not least lowered here, we have Jaraika. She's going to be leading the Dryad force. She is going to have the Rouse to Wrath summon for 2 units of Dryads. She's also going to be bringing nothing else. Now that rounds out the Wood Elf army, and looks like we're getting ready to smash into each other. And oh, my bad, I forgot there is a Glade Rider here in the corner too. Wolf Rats with Poison were vanguarded over there to see if anything came out, but then they're like, you know what? We don't want to take that head-on charge.
Indeed, and the first volley's going out. Looks like a nice volley ripping through the Lost Sylvan Knights, taking down 3 models, and oh no, the Wolf Rats pulled back, but not far enough. They just ate a big charge from the Glade Riders, and quickly, the Skaven mobility could be routing up the field, my son.
Indeed. I mean, the Rat Ogre is coming out to counter it, but the Glade Riders having a nice reaction time. Look like they're going to be able to pull out before those Rat Ogres can close the gap. And now they're open to the Lost Sylvan Knights.
Oh my goodness, this could go from bad to worse quite quickly, HW. Looks like, okay, they might pull back just in time, but
yeah.
Without the Rat Ogres, this entire Skaven force could be very susceptible to cycle charging, being just routed off the map.
Indeed, but that's Liber Babonicus going down on the Lost Sylvan Knights, doing a ton of damage. They're down to 14 models now. Once again, my daughter is breaking into my office. Help, send the police.
The orcs are at the door. They're trying to break down the last dwarf that takes breath into the mines of Moria.
Clearly.
But here the War Lightning Cannon might be eating a charge. But you're absolutely right. The Liber one-shoticus on the Lost Sylvan Knights is putting them in a position where they may route off the field, and that'd be a big jump for the Skaven. But meanwhile, HW, look at that Skaven front line. It seems to be doing all right, but yet there are a few collapses through the center.
Yep. A few collapses in the center. It looks like Glade Riders with spears diving into the Gutter Runners and some Skaven slaves. And, you know, we'll see what goes on, but these Dryads are getting far into the back lines, and the Skaven are running out of tools to protect them. Especially when you have, you know, the Wolf Rats getting knocked out so early, and now the Rat Ogres are very much just invested in this combat with the Lost Sylvan Knights. Barry Wine went down on top of them, and now terror kicking on the Rat Ogres. Bada bing, bada boom. The Wood Elves have a monopoly on mobility.
And now with the Warp Lightning Cannon routing out the field, it seems just about all the main threats to the Lost Sylvan Knights have been eliminated. And I'm not sure if Drake has used her summon yet either, which could just spell doom for the Skaven back line, which is just barely taking its last breath here, just barely holding together HW.
Yep. And I mean, we see Drika out in combat with the Council Guard, some Skaven slaves, other things. Oh, there goes the first of her summons, and that explosion doing some nice damage against the Skaven slaves when they were summoned into it. But yeah, now in the backlines, look, the Gutter Runners are running from Dryads. Lost Sylvan Knights are hitting them in the flank, though. And this is looking bad for the Skaven, even though the balance of power is still dead even.
Absolutely, it may come down to a last stand from the Skaven on top of the Council Guard and the Hell Pit Abomination, which really is only possible if these Clan Rat summons keep pushing away the Deepwood Scouts. Just a beautiful play. Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers as well, pushing back a Deepwood Scout. 500 gold versus 700 gold. That's a pretty nice trade right there. And if these Deepwood Scouts are zoned out, maybe the Skaven can find some ground.
No, absolutely right. I mean, I really think that's their one path forward here to get anywhere. I think the last Liber Babonicus did just go down on the Lost Sylvan Knights, unless it was something else that did all that damage to them, but we'll see. I mean, if the Hell Pit Abomination can get freed up quickly enough and go back and start chasing down Ariel, I think the Skaven can have a path to victory here, but
here they go.
We'll see.
Big charge going down on Ariel right now. It's like the Butterfly Broad will take it to the face, and a Rod of Corruption going down in turn to perhaps isolate Ariel here. But yeah, Lost Sylvan Knights just barely holding on.
Soul Stealer, ouch.
Oh, that's a Soul Stealer, my goodness.
Yeah, Ariel hitting him hard with that Soul Stealer. And then she's going to start pulling away, the slippery butterfly woman that she is.
It looks like the Deepwood Scouts in the back line have stabilized. They've been able to rout off the Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers. And indeed, it may come down to this last bastion, this last bit of Skaven ferocity here. But Drika is very angry as well, and this angry tree may pay back in kind. And I think this looks like a Wood Elf victory, HW.
Agreed. I mean, unless the Skaven can shut down these Deepwood Scouts quickly, they're going to be able to shoot down the Hell Pit Abomination. And we'll see. I mean, Gutter Runners are desperately trying to come over here and shut them down. But I have my doubts. Drika and Skrulk fighting toe-to-toe.
Pretty interesting combat right there. Of course, the magic damage from Drika should help against Skrulky Boy. Go past that physical resist. Now, they're both casters, but capable of combatants, so be interesting. It's the battle for Middle-earth right here. To decide if Wood Elves or Skaven claim the day.
Oh, Soul Stealer again.
Oh my goodness.
But Drika taking a ton of damage. Oh, but there goes the second summon.
Absolutely perfect timing there.
Absolutely. Deepwood Scouts continuing to just pour all of their fire into the Helping Abomination. I mean, if that Helping Abomination has a proc of its HP regeneration at the end, who knows what can happen, but yeah, Drika gonna start routing now. In the Lost Sylvan Knights, Romulan, 5 models, like no health. What are they at? 280 HP, and they're still helping out.
Yeah, it's a bit absurd in some ways, but just showing the power of this unit, the sovereignty. This is absolutely incredible what they can get done, despite all the resources poured into killing that unit.
2 Libers.
Yeah, and still. And not to mention so many volleys from the Warp Lightning Cannon.
Yep.
8 shots all game. And it seems like that initial loss to the Rat Ogre and the Wolf Rat just allowed it to snowball for the Wood Elves there. From bad to worse for the Skaven.
Yeah.
And 216 on one of those Glade Riders. I love this with Skaven. It got 216 kills, but it did not get its value back.
But it
which
did.
Which is a bit hilarious. Exactly. It did, but according to this, it didn't. But we all know 216 kills and what the Glade Riders did in the back line. Absolutely critical. The Wood Elves' 3 success in that game.
Yeah, and you have to take these with a grain of salt, chat. You know, it's like the Lost Sylvan Knights too. Oh, they didn't get their value, but I think they definitely did with the terror routes they were able to cause, and you know.
What's the value of winning the game?
Exactly. Priceless. Ariel didn't, or yeah, Ariel didn't get her value back either. What are you doing, Ariel?
Yeah, the Butterfly Broad is clearly underpowered. She needs a buff. She needs a buff.
We need a huge buff. But, I mean, this has been so many 2-0 shutouts today. I mean, that's the second semifinal with the 2-0, so we'll see what the final's like.
Yeah, let's hope we get the full slot of games. I'd like to see a 5-game series. I believe I'm not the only one.
Agreed.
So, shall we stay in this
yeah.
lobby? Yeah. We will invite Zyphos over. It looks like we will indeed get a rematch from last week. I'm sure Zyphos is out for revenge, and I'm sure Hadres is ready to double down on his victory.